What is going on, guys? We have another episode of TSAP Talks today for you, man. We have episode 2 with the man, the myth, the legend, Parris Campbell, man. Wide receiver for the Indianapolis Colts. Also in my Madden leagues. My Madden leagues, TD Bears Madden leagues. He was nice enough to give me his time, come on the show a little bit, talk about a bunch of stuff, man. Talk about his new YouTube channel, being a wide receiver in the NFL, you know, knowing LeBron James, his journey to the NFL. So super exciting stuff here, man. Big shout out to Parris for coming on. Also, guys, please throw us a like, man, because it takes me a lot of work to make these videos. Let me know you like these videos by leaving a like on the video, leaving a comment. Thank you so much. Other than that, fellas, comment on who you want to see next on this. Go comment on their stuff. Tell them they should come on my show. Other than that, fellas, let's hop in the video. Peace. Thank you.
I'm a playmaker.
All right, guys. So this man led his team to back-to-back state championships in the state of Ohio for St. Vincent St. Mary's. Has the Ohio State record for receptions in a season, a Rose Bowl winner, first team All Big Ten, second team All Big Ten, third team All Big Ten, ran a 4.31 with a 40-inch vert at the NFL Combine, the 59th overall pick in the 2019 NFL Draft, current NFL wide receiver for the Indianapolis Colts, a father to Kai and Skylar, the best beard in the NFL, number one, Parris Campbell. Welcome to the show, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro. Thanks for having me on. Of
course. All right, so Parris recently started a YouTube channel with his family called Kicking It with the Campbells. So we're gonna start off by talking about that. I'll probably pop a picture up of it or whatever, leave a link in the description. Definitely go check it out. First question I have about that is what made you want to make a channel? Was it you? Was it your wife? What inspired it in the first place?
Yeah, so it's crazy because we had started it actually 2 or 3 years ago, and it was actually my wife's idea.
Okay.
And it kind of started off just some family vlog stuff, and so she posted a couple of videos on it, and it kind of just died out, and we just kind of never went back to it. And then just recently, obviously with all the injuries that I've dealt with, I was actually I wanted to do a kind of injury video, comeback
Gotcha.
video after I injured my knee, and I hit the guy up, my guy Zach, who films all my production stuff. He actually used to work for Ohio State, and he was the head of media. So I hit him up because he's super dope at what he does, and he texted me back and he's like, "Oh, actually, I work for an agency now, so I can only film our athletes in the agency, so I can't work with you." And I was like, dang, really wanted to get this video up and going. So boom, fast forward 2 months later, my agent is switching agencies, and ironically, he switches to the agency that Zach is with, and
Okay.
Zach ends up hitting me up yeah, man, so we can work together now. Boom. So the agency that I'm with, their media team reaches out to me, and they're like, "We really think you understand social media. You're not just posting football, you post your family, faith, all this stuff."
Yeah, for sure.
So they kind of brought the idea of a content series to me. I didn't know how big it could get. Obviously, it's doing pretty well right now, and we're only growing each and every day. But yeah, man, that's kind of the background of it, and that's how it started. So yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, it's like you said, man, it's professional content. It's not just he's filmed with his iPhone. This stuff is legit. Which was I was super surprised to see at first. I was like, wow, this is super cool.
Yeah,
Another question I have is, will you be doing videos during the season, or is just an off season thing?
So for right now, obviously it's just an off-season thing, but yes, the content series will carry on into the season.
Okay.
It's going to be a little tricky, how we get, certain content and what's allowed and stuff like that, but content will definitely be pushed during the season as well.
All right, cool. All right, so definitely go subscribe to his channel.
Yes.
Super dope stuff. So this show is a lot about showing people I'm really interested in people's stories and how they got to where they were.
Yeah.
So you were a sociology graduate, correct?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So I was a social work graduate, so pretty
Okay.
similar. So yeah, that's why I kind of am interested in this stuff. So for your early life, you were born in Akron, Ohio, born and raised, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So you were always a bright kid. I found this super cool story of you when you were young, and in kindergarten, you actually had a show and tell, and all the kids were
Yeah.
bringing like toys and picture books, and you brought like a legitimate like novel to
Yeah.
to to show, and you read like a chapter book for show and tell. So we're like, obviously that's not normal, but it's super cool. Where do you think that came from? Like, where did the love like for reading books or like
Yeah.
being educated as a young age at a young age? Where did that come from?
So it actually came from my older sister.
Okay.
She's 3 years older than me, and like when she was in like grade school, she would come back home and like she'd like have me like helping her with her homework and kind of just like teaching me through stuff and like at a young age, like that was my niche. Like that's what I was interested in. And she was actually the one who like taught me math and taught me how to read and write all that stuff. So credit like really goes to all of her because I was kind of advanced from the start. So
Awesome. Awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome, man. And then high school, you went to St. Vincent St. Mary's. Um, and that's obviously where LeBron went to high school.
yeah.
Kind of put it on the map. I actually have this dope jersey. It's a
Yes,
LeBron jersey,
sir.
but
Yes, sir.
this high school jersey, I got it confused back. Kind of crazy. I was like, yo, I have to bring this out if I'm interviewing Paris. But obviously, like, LeBron.
Yeah.
Like having him like to look up to, like knowing that he made it, he's like the biggest star, might be like the biggest athlete out there right now. Like what did it mean to you to look up to him and be like, did it make you feel like you can make it to the NFL? Did it make it like a legitimate dream to be there?
Yeah, for sure. Coming from where I come from, not a lot of people make it out. So to have a guy like LeBron James, and seeing what he's doing now, like on the biggest stage, on the biggest level, like he's literally one
Oh
of the
yeah.
best athletes, in the world. So,
Yeah.
it definitely made it a possibility, for a lot of younger people in the city, and it kind of just gave us, a broader imagination of what we could do. And like the things that he does for the city, like even now, like giving back and all that stuff, like that's something I still look up to because like just
Mm.
the way he has the city on lock, like he's literally an idol in our city. So definitely like 100% he kind of opened up those dreams for a lot of people.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So I had this there's a picture on your Instagram. It was like from a while back,
Hmm.
2013. So this is, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So this is you and LeBron and your friend, I assume.
Yep, yep.
So this picture is sick, but it's confusing at the same time because 2013 he was winning the MVP with the Miami Heat,
Yeah.
but there he's in the St. Vincent St. Mary football jersey. So was
Yeah.
this like an alumni game or something, or
No,
what was it?
so that was my going into my senior year.
Okay.
And before our football season, we had just signed a new contract with Nike, and it was all through LeBron. So he got every
Okay.
single sports team's new uniforms, and they had like this big reveal. Obviously, the football team's uniforms were like the biggest ones, and that's what everyone was most excited about, whatever. And so he actually like they had a stage out on the field and everything. Like it was like this big reveal. And then like they're revealing our like classic like home and away jerseys, and then LeBron like pulls up in a like when nobody knows it's LeBron. He pulls up in a truck like the truck pulls up on field. He gets out, walks on stage, and like he's just in our black alternate uniform. Like
Wow.
it was like the craziest thing. Like
That's
everybody was super hyped.
nuts.
It was crazy, bro. It was super dope for sure.
That is crazy. So you
Yeah.
didn't even know he was coming. He just showed up out of nowhere.
Nah, no one knew he was coming. He pulled up, had the uniform on, and it was crazy. It was crazy.
Wow. All right. All right. So back to you. Don't want to make this all about LeBron, but so in high school you played receiver and running back, correct? Or did you just play running back?
I played strictly running back. Like I was running back
Okay.
until I got to college.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you were recruit. So were you recruited as a running back or were you recruited as both? You think
I was recruited as more as an athlete. So,
just like an athlete?
yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were looked at by Ohio State, obviously Akron, Cincy, Georgia Tech, Indiana, Michigan State, Northwestern, Penn State, and Tennessee, correct?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So you weren't on Ohio State's radar until I saw this clip on your Instagram recently.
Yeah.
Coach Meyer came to a game and you went crazy. You had 14 carries for 168 and 3 TDs. And
Yeah.
there's a clip of you running down the sideline and and you score a touchdown and he like pokes his head out like this. It's kind of like, who is
Yeah.
that? So you were not on Ohio State's radar till that day. So how did like after that, like how did it come? Did he reach out to you after that game, or did you reach out to him, or?
Yeah, so actually their head of recruitment, his name's Mark Pantoni. He actually reached out to me probably like a week or two after the state championship game. And literally like once I started getting recruited by Ohio State, like literally every school in the country came. So like it like obviously Ohio State's a big name, and once other schools see that they're going after somebody, it just kind of
Got
blows
you.
everything up. So yeah, man, it kind of just took off from that game.
That's crazy. So like once Ohio State like gave you an offer, was there like any chance other school that had a chance, or was
Oh
it
yeah,
just like you were
nah,
going to
it
Ohio
it
State?
was over. That's why that list is super short because like as soon as I got the offer, I committed on the spot. I
Mm,
had took like probably like 4 or 5 visits to Ohio State, and then like on like my fifth visit, I'm sitting in Coach Meyer's office, and he gives me the official offer, and I'm like, he's like, where you want to go to school? I'm like, yeah, I want to go here. So I committed on the spot, and kind of I shut my recruitment down super early. It was the winter before my senior season, so yeah, it was
oh,
pretty
nice. So
fast.
before your
Yeah.
senior, you already knew you were going to Ohio
Oh
State.
yeah, for sure,
Nice,
for
nice.
sure.
That's awesome. So also your career at Ohio State was kind of unique as well. I think like
Yeah.
you didn't come in right away and make like a huge impact.
Mhm.
It was like a journey. So you redshirt. Tell me if I'm correct. You redshirted your first year. Your second year, you only played in 8 games with 0 receptions.
Mhm.
Year three, you had 13 receptions, 0 TDs. Year four, 40 receptions, 3 TDs. Senior year, you played 14 games, 90 receptions, the Ohio State record,
Yep.
1,063 yards, 12 touchdowns, and you win the Rose Bowl and you have 11 receptions, 71 yards, and a TD. So,
Yeah.
like, when you're going to Ohio State, like, were you expecting to start right away, or was it like, was Coach Meyer like, yo, this is going to be a process? Like, you're not
Um.
going to start right away.
Honestly, bro, I couldn't tell you because like you come from being the guy in high school, like
Right.
the best player on your team, like not really worried about, and you know what I'm saying, like you know the level of competition is different, and you know that you're the best, but like once you step on campus at a big school like Ohio State, bro, it's like everybody is good. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like stepping on campus for me was a bit of a culture shock because I'm like, damn, I'm used to being the guy, and when I get there, everybody's a guy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
um, that was a reality shock for me, and I think for everybody that goes to a big school, it like they go through that that reality shock. And I knew as soon as I got there that I knew it would be a process for sure.
That's what's up. So, you also had your son while you were in college, Kai, correct? So you were
Yep.
20 years old.
Yep.
So I hear a lot of athletes talk about like a lot of their careers like change like on the field when they have a kid. Like, and they're like, what happened? They're like, you're like, yo, I had a kid and it gave me like a whole nother world I didn't even know.
Yeah.
Would you say that that changed things for you? Because I know your wife said that it was life changing for both you and her, and you guys had no choice but to grow. I
Yeah.
remember her saying that in one of the videos. So
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit and like what was it like?
Yeah, bro. Shoot, it was tough. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie to you, like it was tough. But like you said, like everything about me changed. Like the way I thought, the way I, prepared, the way I worked out, the way everything, it literally everything changed. And like credit to my wife because, without her, I wouldn't who knows what would happen, you know what I'm saying? Because like she really held it down. Like she knew that I had to be at practice at 7 in the morning. I had to be at, workouts at 6 in the morning. She know I
Yeah.
had to be at class at, you know what I'm saying? Like she knew that I had to do these things to be successful. So she took care of my son for majority of the time. And like at nighttime, like she was getting up. She was like, no, you stay asleep. I know you got practice. Like, so she really held it down for us. And I think like personally for myself, like I knew like I had my plate had got bigger. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it
Mm,
was more food needed to come to the table.
of
I
course,
wasn't
of
just
course.
doing it for myself. I wasn't just doing it for, my wife or my family. I got a seed. I got a kid now. And that kid is gonna be looking up to me to make sure he has everything. So I think that's what it was for me. It just kind of changed my mindset, and I grew as a person. I grew as a man, and shoot, like I thought about him like daily, bro. Like like
Yeah.
I'd be at practice, like, oh, I get tired. No, there's no time to get tired. I got a kid at home. You know, that's like
Yeah.
that's how I was thinking. I was in workouts like, oh, this rep is I gotta push this rep out. Like I'm thinking about him. So he did so much for me, bro. And I think coming back from my 5th year, like it changed my career path for sure.
So come back for your 5th year? Did you think about going to the draft after your 4th year, or was it just like you were definitely coming back?
Yeah, no, it was a decision I had to make. Obviously, you know, the having it have because we had found out that we were about to have our son. So, you know,
Right.
you can be on two ends of the spectrum. You can be like, all right, I gotta go get to this money because,
Yep. Yep.
financially we got to take care of kid.
Right.
But me, like I wasn't thinking like that. Like it was more so for me, like obviously I wanna I wanna get to that and I wanna have an income so I can take care of my children, but I wanted to do it the right way. And I feel like if I would have left after my 4th season, I wouldn't have been in the position that I was, once I went through it with another year. So I was just
Gotcha.
always thinking, longevity. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. Awesome. Awesome. That's awesome, man. Like, I remember D Wade. He had his son, who's like 18 now. He had him when he was
Yeah.
like 18 in college, and he said the same thing, man. He's like, when I was at practice, I was thinking about him. Like,
Yeah.
it was more like before he had like a choice if he can make it or not. After that, it was like, you don't have a choice. Like, you got to be the best
Yeah.
you could be. So
For sure.
that's super
Sure.
inspiring. All right. So after college, you get drafted to the Colts.
Yep.
And if you guys haven't checked out the first episode of his YouTube channel, he reacts to the video, which is super cool, man. His whole
Yeah.
family's around him. Super emotional moment. Um, but I think a key point you said in the video was that in that moment, like all the people around you were like, "Yo, Parris made it. Parris made it." But you
Yeah.
feel like you haven't made it yet. At
Yeah.
what point do you feel like you feel like you'll be like, "I made it"?
Um, Shoot, that's bro, that's a great question. I haven't had that question yet. Um, but bro, for me, like personally, like there's so much I want to do in this league. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
like it's not about the money to me. It's not about the stats to me. It's about literally every single day giving it my all and literally just getting better every single day. I think once you do that and seeing the results that come with that, I think that's when I can take a step and be like, okay, I made it. But it's like for me in my head, that's so far away. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like every day, like it's like another day to work towards that, but it's so far away. And like obviously, like I said, like just going back to, coming from where I come from,
Yep.
like I said, like not a lot of people make it. So uh like for my family, to see me get drafted, to see my name come across that ticker, like that's everything for them. You know what I mean? Because like I said, not a lot of people make it out.
Yep.
But it's like I said, bro, it's so far. Like that goal is so far
Yeah.
away. But like me, like I know it's obtainable. You know what I mean? It's just gonna come with the work. It's gonna come with the time. And over time, once I get better and once I, do these things that I want to do and reach these goals that I want to reach, that's when I'm gonna look back and be like, all right, I made it.
That's awesome, man. All
Yeah.
right, so everyone knows, man, you've had a lot of injuries in your career.
Yeah.
Your rookie year, you had a sports hernia. You come back versus the Steelers, you go crazy, but you break your hand. Then
Yeah.
you come back versus the Bucks, you break your foot, man.
Yeah.
Ends your rookie year. Second year, you have your best game ever versus the Jags. Then you tear your PCL, MCL out for the season. Third year, week 6, you catch a TD, simultaneously break your foot.
Yeah.
Um, so I think nowadays, bro, like a lot of people think injuries are just like Madden. Like it's like, oh, you
Right.
just rest for like a year and then you're like good. But they don't
Yeah.
realize that it's like a grueling process. Like that's
Yeah.
why people cry when they get injured. They're like, yo, this is gonna be so much work, like to
Yeah.
get back to where I was. Like how do you because I feel like even just like talking to you like a little bit I have in the chat, like seeing you like talk to people, like you're so grounded, like you're so level-headed and you're so content with where you are. Like how do you have that mindset like with all of this stuff? And you're only
Yeah.
24. Like I'm literally
Yeah.
older than you. Like it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
and you've gone through so much, but it's
Yeah.
also good because you have so much ahead of you. But like how do you manage like the mental part of the injuries, and are you going to be 100% coming back this year?
Yeah. Well, just hitting the mental side of everything. Like, I can't sit here and lie and say that it hasn't been tough, bro, because it's been tough. Like it's like these last 3 years have been the hardest 3 years of my life,
Yeah.
and that. it included having my son too. So like
Yep.
it's been a roller coaster of emotions, bro. And one thing about me and one thing that was established in me at a young age was, I'm never gonna quit. I'm never gonna give up. No matter how bad things look, no matter, you know, what looks like it's not gonna happen or what people say, like all the negativity that's thrown your way, like none of that stuff is ever gonna stop me. And that's something that I realized like about myself at a young age. Because it's crazy because literally every single level of football that I've played, something has, happened drastically where I get down in the dumps mentally and I want to give up and I want to quit. But like my family and my mother, like they support me, you know, obviously above and beyond.
Yep.
And like I just think it just goes back to my mom, like instilling in me at a young age, like, you know, once you start something, you got to finish it and you got to finish it the right way. You got to continue to give it your all. You can never give up, no matter how bad it looks. And obviously, from the outside looking in, people look at me and it's like, oh, he can never stay healthy. Oh, he's a bust. Oh, he's whatever. Like
Yeah.
people don't realize that I see that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But like
Yep.
for me mentally, like that's the type of stuff that makes me stronger. Cause like obviously I got something to prove to myself. I don't feel entitled that I need to prove anything to anybody else, but that drives me even more. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that I mean that's just all compelling, and it just all runs together. And I mean, like these injuries that I've been through, like has taught me to never take anything for granted. And I know that this game can be taken from you, in a second. And
Yeah.
I'm blessed to say, obviously, all the injuries that I've been through, I've been able to bounce back and, be healthy again. So, and yes, to your question, I am 100% healthy. I've been 100% healthy for about roughly four months now. So
Oh, awesome.
everything's good, man. And all credit to God for sure.
Awesome, man. So, these are my last few questions. So I have to ask you, you got a couple new players on your team this year. You got Matt Ryan,
Yeah.
who's your new QB, and you just signed Stephon Gilmore. So,
Yeah.
have you been actually I know you've been working out with Matt Ryan, but how has that been
Yeah.
going? Like how do you like him so far? Do you guys
Mhm.
feel like you've built some chemistry? How's that going so far?
Man, it's great. Matt brings a different dynamic to our team. He's obviously played in the league for 14 seasons,
Yep.
and his veteran is like literally like it screams out. Like once you get around Matt, he handles the game like a pro. He prepares like a pro. He approaches every day like a pro, and I think that's good for our team because we got a young team. We
Yeah.
got a lot of young guys on this team, and I think him, coming and being a part of our team is going to do a lot of good things for us. But even more personal, like just working out with him, man, like he's great. Like he's the type of quarterback that he gets out there and he tells you exactly what he wants. He tells you exactly where he wants you to be, exactly how to run a route. Like, and I just think that's going to be not only good for myself, but good for the entire receiver room. And he's just so smart, man. He's talented. Obviously, he throws the ball really well. And I'm just excited. I'm excited for what's to come, and I'm excited for the season for sure.
That's awesome, man. So also you guys signed Stephon Gilmore. So this is a question I have. So in practice, like will you go against him like
Absolutely,
one-on-ones and stuff like that? So
absolutely.
what do you think like are you looking forward to that? Do you think it'll make you a better player? Like he's obviously one of the best in the game, if not the best.
Yeah,
So what are you looking forward to as far as like going up against him?
yeah, man. Shoot, him, Kenny Moore. We also signed Brandon Faison. Like,
Yep.
we got some dudes, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And like obviously, signing Stephon, I think is a huge boost for our defense, a huge boost for our team. But like in my head, like mentally, I'm like for roughly 3-4 weeks, like these are guys that I'm competing against. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Like,
yeah,
yes, they're my teammates, but when training camp hit, like this who I gotta do my work on. So
for sure.
seeing them on a daily basis, seeing a guy like Stephon Gilmore on a daily basis is only gonna make me better. I know he's a veteran, he's smart, he's skilled. And so, hopefully, once he gets here and we get reps in, he can critique some of the stuff that I'm doing and, tell me what he's seeing and stuff like that. But it's only gonna make us better. And, going against those guys every single day in practice, it's gonna make the game that much easier.
Sure, for sure. All right. Last question. So this is something that me and my friends talk about all the time. How good would LeBron be if he was in the NFL? What do you think his ceiling would be? Would it be Hall of Fame? What position would he play? What do you think?
Yeah.
Did you see him play like at St. V's? Did you ever see him play? Because I know he played like his first 3 years, but
Yeah, so I remember seeing him play a little bit of football, but really, obviously, shoot, LeBron had records in football. Like he broke records
yeah,
in football, and but obviously everyone knew him for basketball. But I think, shoot, I think his ceiling is high. And actually during the NBA lockout, when the NBA was on lockdown for a year, he
yep,
came back to St. Vincent St. Mary and literally practiced with us. Like he hopped on the field, shoulder pads, helmet, and literally practiced with us. And like when I tell you this dude is a freak, like he played
yeah.
wide out, like he out wide, like running routes, like just snatching the ball out the air, like it's like, bro, he definitely could play this game and play it at a very high level for sure.
That's
No
crazy. Like
question.
that's a freak athlete calling another dude a freak athlete. So that's how
Nah,
you know.
it was bro, it was something like it was like Megatron on the field. Like it was crazy,
Yep.
bro. It was crazy
All
for
right.
sure.
So, Paris, thank you so much for coming on. You're looking at a 2022 comeback player of the year.
Yes, sir.
You know, crazy this year, man. We're gonna be
Yes,
rooting for
sir.
you. Can't wait to see what you guys do this year. Keep being you, man. Like I can't stress enough like how good of a guy you are.
Appreciate that, man.
Super cool, dude. So obviously go check out his YouTube channel. I'm gonna leave a link below. I'll pop it up on the screen. Subscribe to that. Thank you guys. Peace.
Yes, sir.